Hello everybody, welcome to a Get It All Done. Let's do some painting, put up some paper, and hopefully get the power back on. We have no power. This is a little, what do you call this thing? Inverter, small inverter. So that's keeping my crock pot going. But I was going to paint tomorrow. I'll get started. What I'm going to do is paint this grain, this wood grain right here, white. I'm going to do that on both sides, and then I'll let you know what I'm doing with the paper when it comes in. Should be here tomorrow. Let's get going. First of all, I had to clean everything, and I did both sides. Then I got the tape out. Big Daddy came to help me. And here comes my OCD self with the flashlight. Wait, it's not lined up properly. In Big Daddy's defense, he did not have his glasses on. So we finished this side, went back and redid the other side, and I had the flashlight so he could see better. Even though we had the overhead lights on, we didn't have power, so it was still hard to see because we didn't have the lights down low that would point up, if that makes any sense. Anyway, we getting it done. Okay, now for me to clean the other side and get it prepped. And Big Daddy's starting on the taping. So what we got was some Valspar. This is a signature interior paint and primer all in one in the ultra white semi-gloss. And that's all we got because we're not painting that much. I got a little tray for the roller. This is ceilings and walls. And then if that doesn't work out too well, we got the one that's for cabinets and doors because this is a very flat surface. And if all else fails, a paintbrush that's for semi-gloss paint. And this is angled. Now this is the new thing with the little rubber handle. But anyway, I thought that would be really easy, you know, if the rollers don't work. So I'm going to finish taping that side and then get to painting. Hey everybody! So Big Daddy got everything taped off for me. So we got this side all done. And then moving over to the other side. Here's my taper. Thank you, honey. He's so excited. He doesn't care what I do. I don't think he'd care if the whole camper was pink, as long as I'm happy, which is lovely. And then taped here, because I'm going to paint this white, all of this white. So the whole entire kitchen area is going to be white, with the exception of that. Because I don't want to get rid of all the brown. I love the brown and cream. I just want to incorporate more white like I did with the shears. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do it tomorrow. That way I know I'll have time to do 2 coats. It's almost time for dinner now. The power came back on, so we're super happy about that. So I will catch up with y'all tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night. Good morning, everybody. Today is the next day and I'm gonna paint today. We got it all taped up yesterday, but it was later in the day, so I decided to wait so that I could get 2 coats on. So it is 9:25. It's not raining today, so I'm able to keep all the doors and windows open so I don't get high on paint fumes. So that's good. And I do have to tape off a couple things over here that we missed yesterday. Dinner in the crock pot. Don't mind the house. It's a bit of a mess because I've just got stuff thrown. And because I don't trust myself, I took my cutting board, wrapped it in a a trash bag, and I'm planning on holding it underneath as I go along. Big Daddy did give me some trash bags to put on the carpet, so I will do that in case it drips after I go by. But let's start on this side. Okay, I'm going to put on what I think is going to be my last coat. I waited 3 hours, so everything's dry. We'll see how it does. This side has some spots that may need 2 coats. Not quite sure. We'll see how it goes. I've done what I think is enough coats, but trick I've learned over the years, if you want to keep a paintbrush from drying out without having to wash it, you just put it in a plastic bag and seal it. Now if you're going to leave it longer than what I'm going to do, which is only a couple hours, you want to tie it with a rubber band so it's good and tight. I just seal it best I can with the zipper, and I'm going to do the same thing for the sponge, because this is a new one I just put on here, and that way if I need to do touch-ups after everything dries, these will still be good. And then we're going to get the lid back on the paint, and then I will be good. Alright guys, everything's dry, so I am going to take off the tape, set to make sure it's dry. So here we go. Hey everybody, it's another day, but we're still getting it all done. So everything's dry up here, and next I got some peel and stick wallpaper. I didn't want a pattern. I couldn't find anything that would match what's on the fireplace, so I just went with a white. It looks like a wood grain, but it's totally white. Let's see if I can get this out. Hold on. I'm not sure how well it will show up on the camera. It says instructions, peel and stick. Now, I've done this a lot. Actually, I'll link the video to our first camper. If you haven't been around long on my channel, you won't have seen that probably. But we bought a older camper just to see if we liked living on the road before we invested in this newer one. And it was all brown, very outdated, and then we found out it had a roof leak and mold all over it. So, first of all, we were like depressed about it, so then we went on vacation to Ohio. Funny enough, we're here now. But we were Cincinnati with a bike group, and then we came back and we were like, we might as well fix it. Big Daddy is very handy, fortunately. I needed that. So I'll link that. And I painted everything. Walls, cabinets, I put peel and stick up. I put laminate, new laminate countertops a couple months before we sold it, actually. I would have kept it, but Big Daddy wanted a bigger space. It's usually the woman, isn't it? But I'm the one that cleans it. Anyway, enough of all that. Here it is. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but it's got a wood grain, but it's white. And I thought that would go well and not argue with anything. So I'll put this in fast forward and we'll get this wall done. This is the only dark wall that I have left. I've done the bedroom, and the fireplace came like that. So let's go. Alright, so I've got it clean, and I can't take this off. I can take off the heat duct and the outlet down there, so I'll do that next. But I just want to show you the tools that you need for peel and stick, and I've had these, since the beginning of time. So this is the tool that you use to flatten it as you go down the wall, and this is a little edger. It's an X-Acto knife, and that's just to cut around things. They both work very well. So I just wanted to show you those. I got these off of Amazon. If I remember, I'll put the link down below to both of them. If not, just remind me. Okay, it's up. I do have a couple of, where did they go? Bubbles. I don't know if you can see them on there. This, unfortunately, got bent. That might be a bubble. Anyway, I'm going to go get a pin. And what I do is I gently push with the pin and then push out the bubbles. There's one there. I don't know if they're showing up on the camera or not, but they're very slight. You can barely see them. But let's go do that. I shall be back. I have my little sewing kit. You don't know how many times I've used this thing, and I don't even sew. So if you're going on the road, you may want to consider just a baby sewing kit. It's got all sorts of things. I use this, I think it's to take out the hem, but you know how dog hair and strings get caught on your vacuum? Well, I clean mine out every other month, run that along the wheel, and it gets rid of everything. I know that wasn't the purpose, but that's what I use it for. Alright, let me get these things out. Well, I am all done with my painting, and I get it all done for this week. I hope you've enjoyed the changes that I've made. I'm just putting this in a plastic bag. If you can believe, this has been in here, actually the original roller right here, for 2 days, and it's still fresh. I could use it again. So it, like I said, just put things in plastic bags. The brush, even though I didn't put a rubber band around it, still soft and flexible. I could go back to painting again. It's been 2 days. So I'm going to throw that away because they're not expensive things, are they? And I'm going to keep the paint so I have, you know, a little bit of touch-up paint if I need it. Alright, well, all done. I know you guys saw that I had messed up when I cut around this. What I did is I saved, this is not one of them, but I saved the pieces that came off of here so that I could line them right up where the cuts were and get you closer. I don't know if you can see it because there is a shadow on it. But this right here, and right here, and right here, this is a bubble that I can't get out. It has nothing to do with this part. But it covered it right up, and you can't really see it. Of course, I'm not a perfect wallpaper or painter, let's say. I mean, I have my problem spots, like right there. This one worked out good. And I had one problem spot up in the corner over there, but I ended up putting some of this paper up there. So that looks good. So I'm very happy with everything, and I will do, sorry if I made you dizzy just then. I'm going to do some before and after pictures. I have the pictures left over from my Get It All Done last week where the fan was in the sink. And then I'll try to take the exact same shots after I clean up this paper. I forgot to tell you what emoji to put down in the comments if you made it to the end of my video. Today, footprints. If you are technically challenged like I am, just type footprints. That's fine too. Alright, I'll see you next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye.